She walks in like a hurricane, eyes of blue with a look untamed, hair full of sunshine, a figure so sweet, her legs go for miles, she's bringing the heat. She's got a Dolly Parton voice like when angels sing, a Daisy Duke spirit, yep, she's a wild thing. She's heaven on earth, it's easy to see. She's the perfect woman, at least she's perfect for me. There's a look in her eyes that can melt the snow, but her heart's made of gold, everyone knows. As we danced together on that hot summer night, I knew that I would always be drawn to her light. She's got a Dolly Parton voice like when angels sing, a Daisy Duke spirit, yep, she's a wild thing. She's heaven on earth, it's easy to see. She's the perfect woman, at least she's perfect for me. She's got a Dolly Parton voice like when angels sing, a Daisy Duke spirit, yep, she's a wild thing. She's heaven on earth, it's easy to see. She's the perfect woman, at least she's perfect for me. She's perfect for me. She's got a Dolly Parton voice like when angels sing, a Daisy Duke spirit, yep, she's a wild thing. She's heaven on earth, it's easy to see. She's the perfect woman, at least she's perfect for me.
I just can't believe that it's only $12 for an entire year of ReMIND magazine. That's the kind of deal that makes a girl want to say, yeehaw!
The Live Stream Code and Rating Administration has rated this online event PG. All ages admitted. Please be kind and stay on topic.
Good Stuff Live with Dave Sundstrom.
Good evening and welcome to the Good Stuff Live. My name is Dave Sundstrom. And if you enjoy talking about music, movies, mostly classic TV from decades gone by, you know the good stuff. You've come to the right place. So tonight, every month I like to focus on ReMIND magazine, one live stream a month. This particular issue, the February 2026 issue, is their Top Cowboys issue. And it has got some phenomenal articles in it. All sorts of great stuff about classic TV westerns. And of course, whenever I talk about ReMIND magazine, we know what that means, right? I'll be giving away, courtesy of the fine folks over at ReMIND magazine, a 1-year subscription to their fine publication. So we'll do that in a little bit. I've also got a presentation, a brand new presentation, a Did You Know presentation about classic TV westerns. It's not a long one, 2.5 minutes. I'll share that in a few minutes. We'll watch, of course, some vintage commercials. We'll do a little bit of trivia. I've got 9. Yeah, I couldn't come up with 10. I've got 9 trivia questions having to do with classic TV westerns, and we'll cover those as well as we get towards toward the end of the evening. But we've got a lot to do, and more than anything else, I love to just have conversation with all of you. So let me go on into the chat and take a look and see who's been hanging out for the last little bit. Going to start all the way up at the top. Gary Carpenter's here. Hey, Gary. Always good to have you with us. Channel member Angela McCardle. Welcome as well. Think About 1979 says, is this a community live stream? So this is a community live stream. In other words, everyone is invited to participate. I do have once a month a channel members only live stream. This is not it. So welcome. Good to have you with us. Think About 1979. What a great year 1979 was. Channel member Queen KC2 is here. Welcome. Good to have you with us. I believe she was our winner, or they were our winner last month with the ReMIND magazine subscription. And I'd be interested to know if you've gotten your first issue yet. Let me know in the chat. Let's see, who else is here? Folks are talking about Damon Wilson. Of course, we lost him, what was it, a week and a half ago now? He was on Sanford and Son with Red Fox. And I see there was conversation about the Sanford spinoff or sequel or whatever you want to call it, Sanford Arms. Oh, channel member Angela McCardle says she has a horrible cold and the job interview didn't go well because they kept coughing and sneezing. I'm so sorry to hear that. So sorry to hear that, Angela. Hopefully they were understanding and took the fact that you were sick into consideration regarding however they assess your interview. Sometimes that can't be helped, though. And I feel very badly that happened for you. Now, that is a problem that you don't like chicken soup, because chicken soup is great for a cold, but you have drunk enough hot tea to float a boat. That works too, but I do love the chicken noodle soup when I'm not feeling well. Let's see. Melina Blong is here, who points out not who was on Little House on the Prairie, but who was not on Little House on the Prairie. Always interesting posts from Melina in the chat. Dan Blocker definitely wasn't on Little House on the Prairie. Of course, his Bonanza co-star, Michael Landon, was. A little bit of trivia. Who was not on Little House on the Prairie? Never was. A lot of people think he did show up. He did not. Lauren Green. Let's see. Just scrolling through the chat to see who else has posted. Rachel in the 208, longtime supporting channel member, here hanging out, visiting with the folks. And Ken Wilkinson is here as well. I think Ken's name is actually Kenneth Wilkinson 28244 is actually Chris Wilkinson, if I remember right. It's hard sometimes to remember those things, but I think that's a Chris. Ward Arcade is here as well, visiting with the folks in the chat, and channel member John Collins is here. Great to have you with us, John. Welcome to the live stream tonight. Channel member Sean Innes is also here. Welcome, Sean. Good to have you with us. Oh, and Sarah, aka My Flock, is everywhere. I think that's one of her handles, is with us as well. Hello, good to have you hanging out with us tonight. And it looks like Angela used her milestone message. Channel members get a milestone message every month. They're kind of cool. It's an opportunity for them to kind of just stand out in the chat. And it's an opportunity for, excuse me, for me to see how long, hang on, to see how long they've been a supporting channel member. And Angela has been supporting this channel 33 months, so almost 3 years. Thank you so much for doing that, Angela. Adrian James is here. Welcome, Adrian. Tanya Castle is here as well. It says, my favorite Western was Paradise. Oh, yeah, with Lee Horsley. That was a good one. Channel member Superplex, welcome to the live stream tonight. Let's see. Channel member Angela McCardle says, at some point I will subscribe to ReMIND magazine. Well, I am going to have an offer for you tonight that I think can't be passed up on. Now, I recognize that everybody's budget, is sometimes budgets are tight, but I've got a great offer for folks tonight from the good people at ReMIND, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. Let's see, who else is here hanging out in the chat? I don't want to miss anyone. Mike Davis is here. Good to have you with us, Mike. Mike is, by the way, right now, Mike is watching Bonanza, starting from the very beginning and just working his way through the seasons. And what a rewarding exercise that has got to be, because that is just one of those shows that there's just so many great messages in it. And you feel good. You feel good after watching Bonanza. Really one of my favorite TV Westerns. Let's see. Who else is here? Dolph Quick is here. Wants to know how much snow I've gotten in Utah. We haven't gotten any snow. I think we had, the driveway had a light dusting about a week and a half ago, but it was just very, very light. Now, there is some snow in the mountains, but this is just one of these crazy years where Utah has not gotten very much snow at all. I mean, yesterday, it was like 55 degrees. It was sunny out. I saw someone mowing their lawn. That just doesn't happen in Utah, but it is this year for some strange reason. Let's see. Channel member John Collins says, hi, related to Star Trek II. Now, this was a video that I published last week. Related to Star Trek II, why? And did that particular fan come up with the specific financial figure of $28 million? Okay, so John's question is related to Laura Leach, who was an AT&T executive who in November of 1981, made headlines because she was one of these fan club leaders for a particular region in the U.S., and one of the Star Trek fan clubs. She was a Trekkie, and she had ran the numbers. And I'm not sure how she arrived at these numbers, John, but there were numerous articles. I read a bunch of them as I was researching that video and making it, where She said that if Mr. Spock were to die, and that's what the rumors, there were rumors saying that Mr. Spock was going to die in Star Trek II, and this was Leonard Nimoy's final outing as Mr. Spock. And everybody was up in arms. But Laura said $28 million. That's what you leave on the table from fans who won't go see Star Trek II if Mr. Spock dies. Now, we know she was wrong. We know that ultimately Spock did die in Star Trek II. And if you haven't seen it, I'm sorry for spoiling it for you. But there's good stuff that happens in Star Trek 3 as well. So, but they handled it in just the right way. Fans love Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. And the movie was a huge box office hit for Paramount Studios in 1982 when it was released. So anyway, that was the gist of the video, and hopefully I answered your question there, John, who has been a channel member. Let me put this back on the screen for 52 freaking months. Awesome. Thank you so much for all your support, John. Truly appreciated. And that is all I see in the comment section. Now, I've noticed that lately StreamYard has had a bit of a lag when it comes to comments. So there may be more comments in the chat that I'm just not seeing yet. And I'll get to them in just a minute. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and play my little Did You Know Classic TV Westerns video. Hopefully allow StreamYard some time to catch up in the chat category. But when I come back, let me ask you this question. The question I'm going to ask everybody is, what is your favorite classic TV Western? So, when we're talking about television series, someone's already mentioned Paradise with Lee Horsley. But what is your favorite? Let me know. And if you want to elaborate and tell me why, I'll be happy to read that on screen as well. I'm going to go ahead and hide that. And let's go ahead and watch this video, and then I will be right back. Hey folks, welcome to another edition of Did You Know? This time we're going to spend a minute or two looking back at some of television's greatest classic TV westerns. First up, let's talk about Clayton Moore. The actor was so devoted to the Lone Ranger's integrity that he refused to be seen unmasked in public for decades. When a 1979 lawsuit briefly stripped him of his mask, he defiantly wore oversized wraparound sunglasses instead. Before Gunsmoke, James Arness was a World War II hero. At 6'7", he was ordered off his landing craft first during a particularly scary moment of battle to test the water depth for shorter soldiers. He was severely wounded, earning a Purple Heart and creating the real-life leg pain that Marshal Matt Dillon battled for 20 years. And long before Smokey and the Bandit, Burt Reynolds sizzled as Dodge City's half-Comanche blacksmith Quint Asper. His 1962 debut was so electric that CBS received 4,000 fan letters in just 1 week, mostly from women swooning over the rugged, shirtless young star. While many TV stars used stunt doubles, Barbara Stanwyck performed most of her own stunts as matriarch Victoria Barkley in the TV series The Big Valley. In the episode The Power and the Glory, she was actually knocked unconscious during an intense scene, proving she was just as tough as any of her male co-stars. Ross Martin, who played Artemis Gordon, a master of disguise on the Wild Wild West, actually sketched and designed most of Artie's looks himself. He often spent hours in the makeup chair and kept his final appearance a total secret to genuinely surprise Robert Conrad and the rest of the cast and crew on set. And finally, when Dan Blocker suddenly died in 1972, Bonanza producers made a historic decision. Instead of recasting the beloved Hoss or sending him away on a long trip, they killed off the character, marking the first time a U.S. television drama openly acknowledged a lead actor's death. Bonanza just wasn't the same after Hoss died. The show would only run one more season before riding off into the sunset. All right, we're back. And yeah, my suspicions about StreamYard not updating the chat is correct. That's really weird. But good news, I can see the chat over on YouTube. I've got another tab up on my browser, and I can see other comments. I'm not going to be able to put them on screen right now, but I can read them. Channel member Superplex points out that channel member John Collins has the longest membership. He does. He's been supporting this channel the greatest amount of time. Willie5179 says that he has a subscription to ReMIND. Great crossword puzzles. Yeah, they have like usually 10 to 12 pages of games each month. It's just really wonderful puzzle section. Still no updating on StreamYard, so I'll keep reading over here on YouTube. In regards, let me go ahead and put this back on the screen because we're talking about favorite classic TV westerns. Let's go ahead and put that back up, and then I'll go back over to YouTube so I can see what folks are saying. Kenneth Wilkinson, Chris Wilkinson says, I like Big Valley and Gunsmoke. Mike Davis says that he's on episode 16 of season 1 of Bonanza right now. I always want to say Bonanza. I don't know why. I have such an issue with that. Channel member Angela McCardle says, I like Gunsmoke in reruns. And she's offering to send me some snow. Hey, how kind. I actually don't love snow. I like snow in the mountains, but not when I have to clean it off my driveway. Gary Carpenter liked, he enjoyed watching The Lone Ranger and Big Valley. And let's see, Melina Long liked Burt Reynolds on Gunsmoke. Let's see. Adrian James, Bonanza and The Lone Ranger. Let's see. Gary Carpenter was a fan of Miss Kitty. Let's see. Channel member Sean Innes says Big Valley was pretty good. Lee Majors before the $6 Million Man. Yeah. Channel member Rachel in the 208 enjoyed The Rifleman. Channel member Queen KC2 says if I had to pick just one, it would be Wells Fargo. Okay, yeah, good one. Mike Davis says The Rifleman, though I am currently falling in love with Bonanza all over again. Channel member Superplex says Wanted Dead or Alive. Jared Barnes is enjoying watching The Rifleman. Let's see. Dolph Quick, The Lone Ranger. Let's see. Hopefully I don't miss anybody. I'm kind of scrolling haphazardly through here. Think About 1979 says my choice would be an extremely rare show called Nichols with James Garner and Margot Kidder. I don't remember that as a TV show. Jared Barnes says my favorite so far is Tales from Wells Fargo. Willie5179 says Maverick won best Emmy for a Western TV series in the late 1950s. Man known only as Jeff 7106 says the Western Branded was before my time, but I liked watching the reruns. Let's see. Chris Wilkinson liked I liked The Best of the West too. That was a comedy, if I remember right. Gary Carpenter says Wild Wild West. Queen KC2, channel member Queen KC2 says second favorite was Cheyenne. Oiler Greg says The Rebel. I don't remember that TV series. BK on the air. Hey, how's it going, Barry? Says love Gunsmoke, Rifleman, and Wagon Train. Channel member Angela McCardle says that she wouldn't send too much snow because Downstate got more than I did. Oh, that's good. Channel member Sean Innes says Have Gun, Will Travel was good. And Gary Carpenter says he liked the Roy Rogers show. Let's see. Justin X Person, I just call him Justin when I read his comments, says surprisingly, considering the religious themed writing, my favorite old one was The Guns of Will Smith with Walter Brennan and Dak Rambo. Okay. And also Alias Smith and Jones, which was one of my favorites, was his second favorite. Let's see. Oh, John Collins is saying that his favorite classic TV Western was Star Trek The Next Generation. And he's saying that because he says he's not cheating because, as you know, Gene Roddenberry pitched Star Trek as Wagon Train in Space. And Del Quick points out that Wagon Train was pretty darn good as well. All right, I'm going to switch back over to StreamYard. I feel like I'm flying blind here. Let me see if the comments ever updated. They did not. That's nutty. StreamYard, I'm extremely disappointed in the service you're providing me and my community tonight, and I will be tagging this live stream so that you can review it to figure out what in the world happened with your chat comments and why I can't show them on screen. But with that said, I'll flip back over to YouTube. And what happens when I do that is I just can't see myself on screen. But it's okay. Let's see. Are there anything else? Folks are just saying hi. So I think... Oh, Willie5179 says, regarding the show The Rebel, Nick Adams was the rebel. Johnny Cash sang the theme song. Oh, and Justin says his third favorite was more recent. This is the Lee Horsley, Linda Carter TV series called Hawkeye. And Think About 1979 says StreamYard charges too much for it to crash like that. Yeah, I'm growing somewhat disenchanted with StreamYard and will be looking for probably looking for a different service to use in the future. I've noticed that they changed ownership about 6 months ago. And there's a whole bunch of new features that they keep adding, but the basic features don't seem to be working as well. So, what can you do? All right, Superplex, channel member Superplex, who, by the way, is the #1 contributor to the live stream tonight. It says, nobody picked Death Valley Days, The Virginian, Rawhide, or High Chaparral. And also adds, and Rawhide starred Clint Eastwood. Who are the top fans on the live stream tonight? Based on contributions, #1 is Superplex. #2 is Justin X Person, my friend Justin, with the Guy Fawkes mask. Is that how you say it, Guy Fawkes? I just know it from that great movie, V for Vendetta. And then #3, Dolph Quick. So thanks everybody for contributing to the live stream chat. I love reading. You know, I don't get to read everything. I miss so much because it scrolls by so quickly. But I always go back after the fact and read the chat. And I guarantee that this is going to be a fun one to review. Okay, so we're basically about 25 minutes in. Here's what we're going to do. Let me switch back over. Oh, and guess what happened? They finally updated their chat over here. Good to hear. Let's see. Look at this. I can put something on the screen. Angela McArdle says, channel member Angela McArdle says, I just remembered Rawhide because of the theme song. Yes, I love it in the Blues Brothers where they play that song. And Kung Fu. Yes, definitely a Western. Good one, Gary Carpenter. Let's see. And tying for third was Lazarus Man with Robert Urich. You know, I never watched that show. It sounds like one I probably should have. Okay. He has frozen several times? What does that mean, Gary? As the screen frozen? Is it frozen for others? I'd love feedback on that as well. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Vintage commercials. Then we'll come back and give away the subscription to ReMIND magazine. So let me go ahead and tee up the commercials. And I'll be back in just a few.
We'll return after these messages.
Hi, fellas.
Roy Rogers!
Say, that's a pretty tricky hat, isn't it? Partners, how would you like to surprise your pals like that? Well, you can with my new Roy Rogers Quick Shooter hat. It's by Ideal. And here's how the Quick Shooter hat works. Just press this secret button right here, and a replica of an authentic Western pistol pops out and fires. It's your secret weapon, even when they think you're unarmed. So get Ideal's new Roy Rogers quick shooter hat at your favorite store today, and you'll always be ready for anything. Ask for Ideal's new Roy Rogers quick shooter hat.
He's a-coming! He's a-coming! There's gonna be a gunfight!
There's a brand new bubble gum in town named Hubba Bubba. It's soft, juicy, and delicious. Best of all, Hubba Bubba lets you blow great, big, fat bubbles that won't stick to your face. Big bubbles, no troubles.
You have a bubble gum.
Tommy, Fluffy gets Alpo.
But this is new and improved.
Oh, Tommy, even a new improved dog food can't beat Alpo beef chunks dinner.
How come?
Well, Alpo has meat byproducts and beef
Dogs love it.
and all the nutrition dogs need. And no matter how hard people try, they just can't beat the taste of beef or the nutrition in Alpo.
See?
See?
I see.
Si, senor. There's no better dog food in the world.
Monday on Little House, Mrs. Olson's meddling is too much for Laura.
Because I quit.
And guess who the new teacher is? Then it's Heroes, a remarkable love story.
I can't marry you.
Academy Award winner Sally Field stars as a runaway from love who finds a man with a dream. Me. Heroes, Monday after Little House.
It's time to give away an annual subscription to ReMIND magazine.
All right, let's do this. If you want to win the magazine subscription, type hashtag ReMIND in the chat right now. It's time. All right, let me go ahead and bring this on screen. Oh, here we go. And let me go ahead and I got to say hello to Crazy Joe. My buddy Crazy Joe, welcome to the live stream tonight. Make sure you type in hashtag ReMIND, and then Music Girl 67 channel member, supporting channel member Music Girl 67. Great to have you here as well. I'm starting to see the hashtag reminds into the chat. I'm going to give folks about 30 seconds to do that. Let me start the timer. Here we go. We'll give folks a full 30 seconds to get hashtag remind in. The weird thing is I'm not seeing any entries show up. And this may have to do with the issue that StreamYard is having with the chat. So we may have to wait to do the drawing until StreamYard catches up to the chat. Yeah, we're definitely not going to do it yet. Again, this is just so frustrating that StreamYard has these issues. But we'll deal with them, right? We will deal. I will keep an eye, and once everybody's hashtag remind shows up in the chat and shows up on screen, then we'll do the drawing. So in the meantime, let's do this. Let's go over, well, let's see, what else do we need to do? I think we were going to do, after the drawing, we were going to do a little bit of trivia. So we'll start on the trivia, and I'll keep an eye on this. Let me go ahead and go full screen for a minute, and then once those show up, I'll bring that back on screen. So let me do this. Let's go this. There we go. Yeah, very disappointing. I can't tell you, you're right. I pay way too much to StreamYard for me to have these kind of issues, but we'll be patient. And as soon as they show up in the live stream, we will do the drawing. Now, if they don't ever show up, then we will have to figure out another way to do the drawing. And I've got some ideas, but or maybe we just wait till the next live stream. But I do have some ideas, so we'll see if we can figure out how to do it. If StreamYard's giveaway tool doesn't work tonight, that would be very disappointing if that were the case. So, ReMIND Magazine, they're the ones giving away the subscription. They're the ones that allow me to be inspired, to be influenced, and quite frankly, to use some of their material. And I am going to use one of the things that they do is every month, along with the great puzzles, there is some fantastic trivia. This isn't the only one in the magazine this month, but this is the ultimate trivia, which is titled, How Well Do You Know Cowboys? It's by Brian Bishop. There's 25 questions here. 9 of them are related to classic TV series. I mentioned earlier that I was going to talk about an offer that ReMIND Magazine is giving out right now. There is a link in the description section of the live stream, or if you're watching this later, of the video, that if you use that link, you're not only supporting the channel, but you get the absolute lowest price that you can possibly get for ReMIND Magazine. You pay $12 for an entire year of ReMIND Magazine. So if you don't win the drawing, or if you just want to support the channel, find a way to support the channel, that's a great way to do it. We all end up winners, right? So links in the description section of the video. Let's go ahead, and I'm still looking here. I'm showing 0 entries show up. It's really frustrating, but we'll keep an eye on it and see if it shows up while we're doing the trivia. All right. Question number 1. What city does Marshal Matt Dillon, played by James Arness, defend in Gunsmoke? Your choices are A, Silver City, B, Kansas City, C, Dodge City, or D, Virginia City. Let me go ahead and set the timer. Again, your choices are, this is what cities of Marshal Matt Dillon defending Gunsmoke. A, Silver City, B, Kansas City, C, Dodge City, or D, Virginia City. Feel free to put your answers in the chat if you want, or just do what I do, which is lock them in my noggin. And we've got just a few seconds left. I'll take the timer off the screen. Correct answer is C, Dodge City. That might be the easiest question of the night. They don't get easier. All right, question number 2. And I'll check scores in, let's do it after, let's do 3, and then we'll do one final one when we're done. Question number 2, Lonesome Dove was based on a novel by Larry McMurtry. Which Oscar-winning film was also based on a McMurtry book? Your choices are A, Ordinary People, B, Terms of Endearment, C, On Golden Pond, or D, Rain Man. Starting the timer, I'll read the question one more time. Lonesome Dove was based on a novel by Larry McMurtry. Which Oscar-winning film was also based on a McMurtry book? A, Ordinary People, B, Terms of Endearment, C, On Golden Pond, or D, Rain Man. Guess what? Entries are showing up. We'll do it after our third question. We'll do the drawing. I want to make sure that I get everybody's entry in there. So we'll delay a little longer. Correct answer. I don't know this one for sure, so I'm going to have to look it up. But correct answer, I believe, is C, On Golden Pond. Now, let me look this up. No, Correct answer. Correct answer. Don't listen to me. Is B, terms of endearment. Terms of endearment is the correct answer. So I'm one of two right now. Gosh darn it. This is going to be a tougher one for me. Okay, let's do one more. I see 11 entries in the drawing right now, and I'll bring that back on the screen in just a minute. This actor starred in 124 episodes of Laramie and later appeared in 125 episodes of Emergency. Your choices are A, John Smith, B, Robert Fuller, C, Randolph Mantooth, or D, Kevin Tighe. Again, this actor starred in 124 episodes of Laramie and later appeared in 125 episodes of Emergency. Your choices are A, John Smith, B, Robert Fuller, C, Randy Mantooth, or D, Kevin Tighe. Going to go on mute for just a second while I clear my throat. Sorry about that, folks. Okay, I believe the correct answer is B, Robert Fuller. Let me look. 7 is B, Robert Fuller. Okay, so we've done 3 questions. And let me go over to, do I trust the StreamYard chat to tell me what's going on? It seems to be up to date. If you want to tell me your scores, I am 2 out of 3. If you want to tell me your scores, I'll go ahead and put them on screen as they come up. Gary Carpenter is 3 of 3. And that's good. Now that I can see that folks are responding in real time, I know that all the entries are in for the drawing as well. Channel member Superplex, 3 of 3. Channel member Rachel in the 208, 2 of 3, just like me. Good job. Channel member Queen KC2 is 3 of 3. Dolph Quick, 2 of 3. Chris Wilkinson is 1 of 3. Anyone else want to put your score in? Go ahead. I'll read it on screen. If not, we'll go to the drawing. Okay. Take that off screen. Let's bring this back on screen. Let's see. How do we do that? What if we do this right here? How about we make that full screen? Let's make that full screen. Let me go ahead and hit the drawing and see who our winner is tonight. Well, you may not have won last month, Queen KC2, but you won this month. So congratulations to you. That is absolutely fantastic. Apparently, you just need to have Queen in your YouTube handle to win this totally random drawing. That's awesome. So here's what you need to do. Let me go ahead and put this on screen real quick. Let me find my email address. If you would send me your physical address to this email address, I will go ahead and forward that on to the fine folks at ReMIND Magazine. And we'll get you set up with an annual subscription to ReMIND Magazine. So your full name, your physical address here in the United States. If you're not in the U.S., let me know and we'll find some alternative price for you. Yeah, go ahead and get that to me. And I look forward to hearing from you. And congratulations one more time. Fantastic. That is awesome. That is awesome. Congratulations to you, Queen KC2. Okay, let me take my email address off the screen. Looks like it's off the screen. There we go. And let's put me back on screen. There I am. Okay. And yeah, StreamYard is frozen again. Chats are stuck. So we'll just kind of play it by ear and move along to question number 4. Question number 4 in our trivia tonight. Let's see. What was the name of the horse ridden by Annie Oakley in the TV series of the same name? I'm going to start the timer. Your choices are A, Forest, B, Pixie, C, Target, or D, Buttermilk. I have no idea. I'm going to be guessing on this one. What was the name of the horse ridden by Annie Oakley in the TV series of the same name? A, Forest, B, Pixie, C, Target, D, Buttermilk. Holy cow. See, I'm thinking it's either B or D, but I'm not sure. I mean, these are total guesses. It can't be Target, right? I'm going to go D, Buttermilk. Let me go ahead and look at our answer here. The correct answer, believe it or not, is the one that I thought that it could not be, Target. Why would you name your horse Target? That just boggles my mind. Okay. I'm 2 of 4 so far. Good grief. I'm struggling, and I call myself a pop culture historian. Classic TV Westerns aren't my strength, though. True or false? This one's we have a 50-50 chance. True or false? Barbara Stanwyck won an Emmy for playing Victoria Barkley on The Big Valley. A, true. B, false. Timer starting. I got to think through this question. Why would they ask it if she hadn't won it? But then again, maybe she didn't. Emmy winner Barbara Stanwyck? True or false? Barbara Stanwyck won an Emmy for playing Victoria Barkley on The Big Valley. I got to go true. I'm probably wrong, but I've got to go true. She's a talented actress. She's definitely would be deserving of an Emmy. Although it's not the kind of show, I don't think, my recollection of it, watching it in reruns, I'm going to stay with true. 13 is A, true. She did win an Emmy. Okay, great. We are now 3 of 5. No. Yeah, 3 of 5. Moving on to question number 6. And then we'll get scores again. And I will put them on screen if StreamYard is updating, but they may not be updating. We'll see. Good old StreamYard. I've heard of another service called Restream. I may be trying that out. We'll see. I've put a lot of time and energy into, kind of making StreamYard work for me over the last few years. This is kind of heartbreaking for me to acknowledge that I might be not using the service much longer. Okay, number 6. This Bonanza star, a Shakespearean-trained actor, left after season 6 because he felt stuck in a role that was no longer a challenge. Your choices are A, Michael Landon, B, Dan Blocker, C, Pernell Roberts, or D, Lauren Green. Timer started. I do know the answer to this one. Again, the question is, this Bonanza star, a Shakespearean-trained actor, left after season 6 because he felt stuck in a role that was no longer a challenge. Your choices are A, Michael Landon, B, Dan Blocker, C, Pernell Roberts, or D, Lauren Green. Who could it be? Who could it be? All right. I'm not even going to look it up. It's C, Pernell Roberts. All right, moving on to number 7. Oh, wait, we're going to get scores. Let's get scores. Let me check and see if comments are updated here on StreamYard. I think they might be, so go ahead and put your scores in, and I'll put them on screen. I am 4 of 6, as is channel member Superplex. Channel member Angela McArdle is 5 of 6. Excellent. Wow. Hey, Francesca. Good to have you with us here tonight. Welcome to the live stream. Chris Wilkinson is 3 of 6. Gary Carpenter's 5 of 6. Queen KC2, channel member Queen KC2, I should say. 4 of 6. Channel member John, oh wait, that's a response. Oh no, 3 of 6. Everything's moving too fast. Let's see, 3 of 6 for John Collins. Channel member Rachel in the 208, 5 of 6. That's fantastic. Dolph Quick, 4 of 6. Willie 5179, 5 of 6. Francesca started late, 1 of 2 so far. And Crazy Joe says, I hear Riverside is a good one to stream with. I haven't tried them yet, though. I will check it out because this is untenable. I know you use StreamYard as well, don't you, Joe? Have you had any issues lately, or is it Dave Sundstrom related? Let's see. Francesca says, should have watched Bonanza with my dad. And you should have. Watching TV shows with your parents is a treat. And something that I treasure, some of the memories I have watching TV shows with my parents. Channel member Angela McCardle says she left a super chat. Let me see if I can find it. Holy cow. Oh, she says to go towards your StreamYard, my yard stream. I appreciate that. Angela, thank you so much for the super chat. Those are always highly appreciated and very, very kind of you. Let me find a way to say thank you. There ought to be something. Can I find a, I think I have a, don't I have a Bonanza one here? Let me look. Let's see. Haas and Diet Coke. Yeah, let's do that one.
What the heck are you doing? Just thirsty getting shot at.
It is thirsty getting shot at. I wish I had a Diet Coke too, Haas. Thank you so much for that, Angela. That was very, very kind. Okay, let me get back here. Do I have any final scores here? It looks like Danny Staten has arrived. Welcome, Danny. Good to have you with us. You know, I love to play this whenever Danny shows up. Let me see if I can find it.
Danny Staten. Come and find me if you can.
I went, when I was in, where was I? I was in North Carolina with my middle son. He was trying out for a drum corps. And so I drove down to South Carolina. There were a lot of things I was doing. I went to Aunt Bee's grave. I went to all these different things, but I knew Danny Staten lived nearby, and I went and visited him. And we went on a drive, and he kind of took me around some of the areas where he hunts for Bigfoot, and that was a lot of fun. Good memories, Danny. Good memories. Thank you for your hospitality and hanging out with an old YouTuber for an afternoon. That was kind of you. Okay, let's see. Getting back to comments. Let's see. Joe says, hey, Dave, remember the stream I did where I was getting a lot of weird super chats? It turns out I was being rated, like I see your correction later on, by someone from the Howard Stern show. How cool is that? That was a really nutty night. I was actually at school correcting papers. So I just turned you on to listen to you while I was doing, correcting these assignments for these college students. And lo and behold, I just kept hearing you get super chat after super chat. I think I may have contributed to it because it was fun. It was contagious, but that is so awesome. So awesome that happened. Sunshine, can I say that? Sunshine Girl 1655, welcome to the live stream tonight. Very cool story. Okay. I missed your score both times. I'm going back and finding it. We're in no rush. Here, let me find it. I have, just so you know, Music Girl 67, I'm having issues with StreamYard tonight, and I'm having a hard time with the chats. They're not showing up on StreamYard in a timely manner. Let me see if I can get your score, though. Holy cow. I don't want to miss your score. Yeah, I can't find it. Dave's missed my score both times now. Dolph Quick says send StreamYard to the junkyard. I agree. Crazy Joe says StreamYard is too expensive now. Yeah. Well, I paid for a year all at once, so I'm kind of, you know, I'm committed to them until that year runs out, but I've got to go in and make sure it doesn't renew on me. It's not here, Music Girl. I can see T's. I can see T's. What does a T mean? I keep getting T's from you. Quit being a tease, Music Girl. I don't have a score. If you want to put it in again, I'll post it right now. It's so nutty. It's right below Dolph Quicks if it helps. Okay, hang on a second. Let me get back to the scores. Here's what I got. I got Dolph Quick's score, 2686, right? Right below it, I get Willie 5179. They didn't ever put your score on. It's not purposeful, Ms. Elizabeth. You're awesome. And I can go over to, maybe I can go over here and find it. 6 out of 6. Rare for me. I'm reading it on YouTube. I went over to YouTube to the chat that's happening live, and I can see your comment there, but it never showed up over on StreamYard. I'm sorry. So folks, if I don't read your score, I am so sorry. Oh yeah, that was the true and false. And I keep freezing as well. That's awesome. It's awesome. Good to know. Danny Staten says, Dave, did you hear that Lou Ferrigno has a new movie in 2026 called The Hermit? Good news, it's his first lead role in a movie in 20 years. Bad news, he eats some folks. Yeah, it happens. Technology happens. Okay, let's do these final three questions, or final three questions, because I have 9 questions tonight. And then we'll do final scores, and I'll try to get everybody's score or read it out loud on the air. So what type of, let's see. Yeah, here we go. No. Which of the following is true about The Virginian? A, it was TV's first 90-minute Western series. B, it was James Drury's first credited TV role. C, it trails only Gunsmoke among the longest-running Western series. And D, it was filmed in multiple locations across Virginia. So your choices are, what is true about The Virginian is the question. Which one of these? A, it was TV's first 90-minute Western series. B, it was James Drury's first credited TV role. C, it trails only Gunsmoke among the longest running Western series. And D, it was filmed in multiple locations across Virginia. I'm going to say it was filmed in Hollywood. So I'm scratching that one out. I'm going to say my answer is B, but I might be wrong. So don't listen to me. Put whatever you think is correct. Okay, the answer is A. It was the first 90-minute Western series. Why don't I remember it being 90 minutes long? Okay, that makes me 4 of 7. I'm going to need to get both of these right to end up being 6 of 9. 8. What type of gun was preferred by Lucas McCain in The Rifleman? Was it A, a Colt, B, a Winchester, C, a Smith & Wesson, or D, a Remington? Timer has started. What type of gun was preferred by Lucas McCain, played by Chuck Connors in The Rifleman? A, a Colt, B, a Winchester, C, a Smith & Wesson, or D, a Remington? I'm guessing on this one too. I've watched plenty of episodes of The Rifleman. Why don't I know what kind of rifle he liked to use? Oh, man. This has been a tough one for me. I'm going to go Winchester, B. 18, let's see, or 9, I should say it is B. So I am now 5 of 8. Going into the last question, number 9. Let's see. Go ahead and start the timer. And no, we'll stop here for a second. Let's read it first. Number 9. Where did Paladin, played by Richard Boone, live on the series Have Gun Will Travel? And your choices are A, the Hotel Carlton, B, El Rancho Hotel, C, Grand Hotel, or D, Palace Hotel. Again, where did Paladin Richard Boone live on the series Have Gun Will Travel? Your choices are A, Hotel Carlton, B, El Rancho Hotel, C, Grand Hotel, or D, Palace Hotel. I have no clue. I have a 1 in 4 chance of going 6 and 9. I'm going to go B, El Rancho Hotel. The correct answer is A, the Hotel Carlton. I can honestly say I've never seen an episode of Have Gun Will Travel. Probably something I should watch, given that it's quite a popular Western, and I think it's available for me to record on Friendly. I need to do that. Heard a lot of good things about it. All right, I ended up being 5 of 9 tonight. Let me see if comments are updating. They look like they might be, or maybe not. Go ahead and give me your scores, and I'll just read them out loud. Let's see. Channel member Superplex is 7 of 9. Gary Carpenter, 7 of 9. Channel member Angela McArdle, 8 of 9. Great job, Angela. Francesca says, my dad loved that show. Rachel in the 208, 7 of 9. Queen Casey 2, 5 of 9. Join the club. Let's see. Music Girl 67 says, wow, Zuper and Angela got that one right. Great job. Francesca got 3 of 5. She joined us late. Fighting a bit of a cold myself. Let's see. Willie, 5179, 7 of 9. Music Girl 67, Ms. Elizabeth says, I missed the last one, boo. Who, 9 of 10. Well, you would be 8 of 9. We only had 9 questions. Let's see. I'm going to have to cough again. Sorry, folks. Okay. Lots of folks guessed at that last one. And Gary says that he's never watched Paladin before. So there's a lot of, it was actually Have Gun Will Travel is the name of the series. Paladin was the character. Francesca wants to know if I'm on every Monday night. I do my best to be on Monday nights. I do occasionally miss one, but yeah, I'm try to be on Monday nights at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. John Collins says, 3 of 9. What do I know? I'm from the northeast suburbs of the Chicago, circa 1980s. Well, there you go. You and me both, John. I'm not from Chicago, but I feel the same way when it comes to classic TV Westerns. Sunshine Girl 65 says, join late, got 2. Well, hopefully you had fun. And congratulations on getting 2. These weren't easy questions tonight. No way. No way. All right. Chat is not updating in StreamYard, so I'm not going to worry with that. Let's do this. Let's look at it. Yeah, we're right at the hour mark. It is now 9:30 Eastern time. So, folks, thank you for bearing with me tonight. While I had all sorts of technical issues, thank you, StreamYard, for that. I really appreciate that. You also stayed with me throughout my occasional muting of the audio so that I could cough. I just really appreciate you hanging out with me tonight. I'll be back next week, next Monday night. We'll do something else. And hopefully StreamYard will get their act together by then. If not, I definitely am going to be looking for another service to use. But in the meantime, folks, it's a Monday night. That means we have most of the week ahead of us. So let's have a great week. And if we can do so, if we find opportunities to be kind to others, let's do our very best to do that. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate you hanging out with me tonight. Take care.
Don't be a joker. Click on that little thumbs up icon and give this video a like.
You are special. Click on that thumbnail, cause it's time to go. Dave's got the classics, let the memories flow. TV shows and movies that we all hold so dear. On his YouTube channel, he's keeping memories near. Dave Sundstrom, bringing back the good stuff, oh yeah.